And then back to our focaccia loaf. We're gonna spread this out. So here we have that. And I've already put some olive oil in the pan, but we're gonna spread it out, and then we're gonna dimple it with olive oil as well, and the black garlic. And the black garlic idea came from Jane Sourdough. If you follow her on TikTok, she's got a micro bakery and some really great inclusion ideas. Her other thing in her micro bakery, she tends to make little half loaves. That way she can service more customers without overwhelming herself by having to do quite so many loaves. And to be honest, you know, unless you have a big family, it's kind of nice to just have a half a loaf. Or, you know, you could have one that's black garlic and one that's, I don't know, peanut butter chocolate chip or something. So you get a variety. All right, so now we're gonna drizzle some olive oil on here. Had I known I was making focaccia today, I probably wouldn't have put whole wheat flour in my dough. My dough has some whole wheat and some white. You know, I've always wanted to do focaccia art. Never done it. Maybe I should see what I have in the fridge to do that with. All right, so that's what that looks like. And then we're gonna sprinkle some black garlic all over that. I think Jane had just black garlic, but this one's got a lot of salt to it too, which should be yummy. Should make a good garlic focaccia. All right, so there's that. And then I'm gonna go see what I have for vegetables, see if there's anything I can create. All right, so we found a few things here. I've got some peppers, some little sweet peppers, yellow ones and orange ones. We've got some tomatoes and some spinach leaves. So now I've taken the peppers and I've sliced them in half, and I'm just making them into thin strips at this point. I've never done focaccia art before, so it should be fun. Always wanted to try it. So I guess today's the day. I've always enjoyed making food look fun. Even my kids, when they were little, they'd make their little lunch sandwiches. They were in shapes. One time we went to the zoo, so we packed up our sandwiches ahead of time, and I picked their favorite zoo animal, and that was their sandwich. And my father was going with us, and so I asked him what animal he would like for his sandwich, and he looked at me like I had 3 heads. He said, "Don't they just taste the same?" But fun with food, right? I could almost make a little sunshine ray out of this one, but I think we're gonna just kind of stick with some flowers. So let's see, where do we want them? That one too. here a little. Let's see what we got. We're gonna just kind of position these around here and just make a little flower out of it. This kind of makes for an awfully long flower, long big flower. I'm not sure that I like that. So I'm gonna take all of these and I'm gonna just cut them in half. May turn out hoping I didn't do that, but it is what it is. All right, so we'll try that again. And then this way I can make it kind of go out more. Definitely not even petals on this flower. Well, I think we can tell it's my first time. But that's okay. It's kind of fun. This might be one of those projects you only do once, I don't know. Some people are talented at it. This isn't looking too bad. The cool thing about it is if you don't like it, you can just pick it back up and dimple the dough again and all right, so that looks kind of cute. Here's what we got going on so far. And then let's do this one orange up here. I wonder if I played with my food as a little kid instead of eating it. I've always liked flowers, so if I would have done anything, I would have made flowers out of it. Short. All right. This is looking pretty good for a really unplanned project. I think in the next one, I just want to mix it up a little. taking these veins out, just not because they're not edible, but just so they don't get in the way of the design, so that each strand looks a little bit more the same. Awesome. So this one, I'm gonna just do some orange and some yellow, just to make it a little more fun. I don't know if I'll exactly alternate them or not. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I guess I can put it up like that as we do it. I started out thinking this was tedious, but I'm having a lot of fun. It looks really cute. I've seen a lot better ones out there, but for my first time, I think I'm doing all right. So there we have it. This was a lot of fun. And then something tells me I should push these in just a little. And then I'm going to give this dough a second proofing, just so it gets real light and fluffy. So, I think I'm going to put a little bit more spinach along the bottom. So let's see, I've got a lot of big spinach leaves. I want to find some of the littler ones. They're kind of buried in here. Dry them off a little.
And there it is.